Hello everyone and welcome to Nervous Nessie. And in this video, guess what I bring back out? It is my cross stitch project where I am filling in all of the states that I am visiting. And you know what that means when I bring this back out. That's right. I'm going on another trip. So as you can see, I have filled in, see if I can get this turned around here. Okay, I filled in where I went from South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, DC, Delaware, came back through West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and into Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio. Got all of those filled in from my last big trip. So now you're wondering, where am I going to on this next trip? Turns out I am going to be going to New England. So with this trip, I will be flying into Portland, Maine. I will stay there about a day or two. I will take the train down to Boston, Massachusetts, and stay there for about 3 days. And then I will jump back on the train. I will go to New Haven, Connecticut, and stay there for a day or two. And then take the train up to Montpelier, Vermont, and stay there for a day or two and fly back. So I will end up visiting Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Vermont. 6 different states in one trip that will take me about a week. And it's going to be a crazy, wild, fast adventure to try and fit 6 states in 1 week. For this trip, because I am having to take multiple trains to multiple cities, I was looking into trying and saving a little bit of money and staying in hostels. 2 of the cities I will be staying in hostels. I will be staying in a hostel in Portland, Maine, and in Boston, Massachusetts. And then when I am in New Haven, Connecticut, and Montpelier, Vermont, I will be staying in Airbnbs. So it's going to be a mixture of the hostels and the Airbnbs. And the trains, each train that I will be taking for each leg of the trip is a completely different train. So I believe it's like 4 different trains that I will be taking. So I'll get to share with all of you what the different hostels, the different Airbnbs, the different trains are like. It's going to be a lot. And of course, I will share with all of you the different things that I will be seeing and doing in the various cities that I will be staying in. I learned a lot with the East Coast trip, where I stayed in Charleston, South Carolina, Cleveland, Ohio, and Washington, D.C. I do need to share with you more the different food options that I end up eating. Most of the time when I get to a restaurant, I'm so hungry, I just tear into my food and I forget to take either videos or pictures of it. So with this trip, I am going to try to make an effort to share more of my food with all of you. I'm hoping that the various sites that I see in the cities, I can take a lot more videos of them, and try to shoot the videos to where you can see it, I guess, more in real time, where I can talk about it while I'm there versus I get home and I show you the video and I do a voiceover after the fact. Some places I can't do that, where I can actually talk to you while I'm in the place. That's why I do the voiceover, but if I can, I will try to talk to you while I am at the place so you can actually see it. I will try to make sure I'm not as shaky on this trip with my camera. I didn't have a problem with that too bad in Portland and Chicago. In Alaska, I really didn't have that bad of a problem. I just think that in DC, with my foot being messed up, that me hobbling along meant the camera hobbled along with me. So hopefully with this trip, I can get a lot more footage of me going through the various cities. I'm really excited about this. I've never, obviously, it's not filled in on my map here. I've never been to any of the New England states. I'm looking forward to all of the food options up there. I know everyone who's ever been to New England is gonna say, get the lobster, get the clam chowder, like get all the seafood, which New England is known for. So that is one of my plans. Where I am going to be staying in Boston is not too far from, I believe, the Harvard campus in Cambridge. So I'm hoping to visit that campus. And then in New Haven, Connecticut, I'm going to actually be staying, by my understanding with the map, right at the edge of the Yale campus. So I'm hoping to visit the campuses of Harvard and Yale because of the architecture. Everything I've seen online, people who visited there, they say that the architecture at the campuses is just amazing. I have been to other university campuses in the United States that they have a lot of older buildings and beautiful architecture there. So I do want to check that out. I love seeing architecture when I travel. That is not familiar, it's not indicative of where I live. The New England states are older states. It's where the United States was founded. All up and down the eastern seaboard, and so there's a lot of history there. I'm really looking forward to seeing the different historical monuments. I love history. I love learning about all the historical places, so hopefully we get to visit a lot of those. And I do have some quirky stops along the way that I have planned to try and break things up a little bit. It's not all architecture and history and food. There's a few quirky things that I'm hoping to get to visit while I'm there. So it'll be fun to share all of that with you. And I should be leaving in a few days. I was debating about carrying my Peak Design backpack with my other backpack, or if I wanted to do my ginormous checked luggage. I ended up deciding to go with the checked luggage just because I have my toiletry kit, and if I'm staying in hostels, it's so much easier for me to just carry that kit and carry it into the bathroom at the hostel versus having to dig through things, and then when I arrive at the location, I have to purchase a lot of travel size things because with my regular backpack and my Peak Design backpack, they're carry-on only. And so I would have to purchase all of my liquid travel stuff when I arrive. I didn't want to have to deal with all of that because this trip is very go, 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 go. The first day, I guess you could say, I actually have a red-eye flight. My flight leaves at like 11 o'clock at night, and I will be sleeping on the plane. I'll arrive the next morning and go. So I didn't want to have to deal with trying to buy toiletry items, having to, take that back and forth to the bathroom, versus I already have some toiletry items in my toiletry bag. I just carry it. So I'm gonna be taking my big checked luggage. It will be a lot of pack, unpack, pack, unpack, pack, unpack, because I will be bouncing to 4 different cities in 1 week. So I like having that checked luggage because it's bigger and roomier, and even though I won't be carrying that much stuff, I'll actually pack less. I'll have the room in my luggage to move things around and be able to pack and unpack quickly. I'm looking forward to the trains. All 4 trains are completely different. Some of the train trips are very short. They're the commuter trains. Some of them are a little bit longer, take several hours, but I'm really interested to see how each train is completely different, because all of the Amtrak trains I've taken so far are completely different. So it'll be nice to add, 4 more train trips to my list. One thing I wanted to share with you regarding the trains is that I have started collecting the pins. I originally started this when I did my Portland to Chicago trip. I got just your, let me see if I can show you guys, just your basic Amtrak pen that has the little back to it. I ended up, for the Portland to Chicago trip, I took the, if you can see this, the Empire Builder train. So I got this while I was in Portland. When I took this last trip to the East Coast, I took the Palmetto train. I don't know if you can see that one. I took the Palmetto train from Charleston, South Carolina to Washington, D.C. And then I took the Capital Limited train to get from Washington, D.C. to, I believe this might have been either to Delaware and back, or this could have been the train to go to, this might have been the train going to Cleveland, Ohio. I've taken so many trains, I've lost track. So I am collecting those pins. They are very, very hard to find. I have searched the internet extensively to try and find my pins. So hopefully I can get pens for all 4 of the trains that I'm taking on this trip. If any of you out there know how I can find these pins, the ones that I'm missing, please let me know. I have checked everywhere. I've checked train stores. I've checked Amtrak's store, where I pretty much got those, but they don't have all of them on the Amtrak website. I've checked eBay. I've checked everywhere. They're very hard to find, all of the pins, but I would love to have a collection of all of these little pins to where I can actually put them like on my backpack and have a bunch of pins showing all of the different trips that I have taken. But I am looking forward to this trip. I cannot wait. I will be taking all of you with me. And if you want to know whenever the trip videos start, then just subscribe, click subscribe, and leave a comment below if you do know where to find any of the pins. If you have any questions about this trip, about how to book a trip where you do go from one city to multiple cities and then fly back, there's a lot of planning that goes into the logistics of the flights, the trains, where you're staying. There's a lot that goes into it. It's a lot of planning that goes into it to be able to do this. But if you are interested in going to all 50 states, the train with Amtrak is the best way to do it, to get it knocked out fairly quickly. I would love to share my experience of having to book this stuff because it's not easy. So if I can make it easier for you, if you're interested in booking trips like this, leave a comment below and I will impart my little bit of words of wisdom to you. But I look forward to seeing everyone in the next video where I will be heading on my big New England trip. Until then, bye!